All right. I went ahead and pulled some cards for the collective to figure out what it is that we need to release today. We are actually entering into the Lionsgate portal, which is today. It's not a portal on the outside, it is an inner portal. Okay, so we're going to do some exercises together today. And then we're going to talk about the Lionsgate portal. We'll talk about Aquarius. Hey, Memory. Hey, Laura. Um, we're going to talk about the things we need to talk about because the content that I've been doing all week about releasing contracts and stuff like that was to prepare us for this Lionsgate portal. A lot of times I align with energy and I don't understand why the fuck I keep saying the same thing or why I'm like fixated on something. And it's because I feel the energy of it. So today is actually a really good day to release any unknown contracts, especially with our government systems, but also in relationships and stuff like that. So I went ahead and pulled some cards for us based off of what spirit is saying that we should be releasing around. So I'm gonna talk about those in just a second. But while we wait for people to get here, I'm just gonna kind of clear the energy a little bit. So just hang out for a second. Let me know if y'all can hear this. This is a heart focused sound bowl. And then we'll kind of jump into that Lionsgate portal. But I have some exercises and stuff for us to do, so I'm excited. I can hear it. Okay, good. Hey, AJ. Hey, T's Wavy. Hey. Oh, shit. Now that's why I can't do stuff. I can't do multiple things at once because I've been to knock something over. But yeah, I'm excited to share this information and excited to do this work together because I think we are better as a collective, whether we know it or not. And we're not really taught this stuff, and so um, we need the people who do shadow work or whatever the case may be to kind of help guide other people through this. So today's session is going to kind of be about that. We live and in the building, period. Hey, Callie. Hey, T. So yeah, this session is going to be kind of about us reclaiming our power. There is an invocation, a couple different invocations that kind of go along with the work that we're going to be doing today. But there's going to be moments where we're kind of just like writing, and so I would get a notebook if you can. You also can get a mirror and a candle, white one preferably, or you can use a gold candle, a yellow candle, since it's the solar energy. I would also get a bowl of water, and you can put salt or rosemary in it if you would like. Or you can get an oil. I probably should go grab a bowl of salt water, but you can also do this all in your head. So if you don't have those materials, it's okay. Um, Everything starts in spirit before it ever comes down to this reality, anyways. Let's just make it louder for us. If you have some sage, some Palo Santo, if you have some incense or whatever, you can clear your space or set your space. All right. Okay, so this is what I got for the collective and the things that we need to clear today. I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know some of y'all are on the East Coast and it's about 9 o'clock where y'all are. I'm not trying to hold y'all hostage. That's not what I'm on today. Okay. So the first thing that I got was disconnection. A lot of us need to heal the emotional numbness. A lot of us need to open our hearts again because a lot of us have closed our heart, whether that be out of protection or not wanting to be disappointed or whatever the case may be. But there needs to be a look at how disconnected we are from ourselves, meaning our emotional world. Okay, so that's going to be first. The next thing is a fear of failure. okay, or thinking that you're going to do something wrong. And so you step into perfectionism, right? Perfectionism is sometimes dangerous, y'all, because perfectionism will tell you that if you don't make the right decision, then you're going to fail at something, right? And so what it does is it puts people in stagnation. So they get obsessed with making the right decision and they never release their work. They never move. They're waiting around for something else to happen or something to become perfect before they take the steps, okay? So that fear of failure, we need to look at that, doing things wrong. You know, let yourself be messy. That's what Spirit was telling me at the beginning of the week. Just let yourself be messy, child, okay? The next thing is martyrdom. There are so many of us who are prioritizing other people's needs in front of our own. So a lot of us need to stop being everything to everybody because it's causing this loop of self-abandonment. We are abandoning ourselves for other people, okay? The other thing is a lot of us are mentally focused, okay, which causes rigidity. We try to control everything, right? Mistaking logic for wisdom or dismissing our own intuition. So, what we actually need right now is integrity, not isolation. Okay. Meaning that when you walk into rooms, you need to be comfortable standing on your square, standing in your truth, regardless of what is going on around you. Okay. So if you're a person who is on a journey and you feel like you're not drinking, you're not smoking, don't get around your family and collapse just because that's what they're doing. You know, you have to hold your integrity, and integrity is standing in your truth. Okay. So that's something we need. Don't isolate because you're trying to stop the temptation. No, you need to be able to go into these spaces and in the face of temptation say, no, I'm going to choose me. Okay. We also need to let our passion guide us. And what I mean by that is like a lot of us will have a million ideas and things that we want to do, but we never take action on it, right? We're not brave enough to take the action to move it forward, okay? Um, and we have this fear of visibility that kind of comes with that, right? Hey, spiritual key. But this fear of visibility, we don't want to be seen, we don't want to be perceived, we don't want to be judged by other people, you know, for whatever it is that's on our heart or whatever it is that we're passionate about, right? Because society says you have to do X, Y, and Z, and if you do anything outside of X, Y, and Z, then you're doing it wrong, right? So we don't want anybody to see us doing it wrong, or we don't want anybody to reject us because of our opinion, or we too busy trying to be accepted that we don't move in alignment with ourselves. We move based off of fear. Okay, so that is coming up as well. There's also a need to bring joy back. And when I say bring joy back, again, joy is a sacred force that weaves light through the distortion. It is rebellion. Okay. That is why they always trying to snuff out our joy. It is so important that you feel joy, but not in like a flash, an actual stream of joy. You need to be doing things that you actually enjoy every single day. Okay. It's about soul fulfillment. It's about gratitude and anchoring into that energy. And then the last thing I was getting is that so many of us are burned out trying to live in perfectionism, misaligned with our purpose, and in this energy that needs to prove itself, right? And so we need to let those archetypes go, being disconnected emotionally, martyrdom, this fear of failure, being too mentally focused, too practical, too rigid, right? We need to have integrity instead of isolating from everyone. We need to let our passions guide us. Let your heart guide, but take action. Be brave enough to be seen by people and let them call you crazy. Let them call you whatever it is that they want to call you, right? Because they don't have the courage to do what they want to do. Let them project all over you, you know? But we also need to bring joy back. We also need to stop trying to be perfect. And we also need to stop trying to prove ourselves, okay? A lot of these issues or a lot of these things actually can be solved through presence. All you do is need to sit with yourself, because that's when your truth starts coming to the top, is through sitting with yourself. And there's so many of us who are terrified of that, terrified of sitting with ourselves, terrified of what we're going to discover, terrified of the responsibility that comes along with our gifts, you know, terrified of being more than what you think you are, more than what people told you you were, you know? So those are the things that we're going to focus on releasing today. Okay. There are other things that are going to come up. And again, we're going to figure out what's specific for you as well as we continue to do this work together. Okay. So let's talk about the Lionsgate portal. So the Lionsgate portal is 8-8 energy. 8 is the energy of Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn is devoted. If it ain't anything else, it's a devoted energy. However, Capricorn thinks that you got to do more. You got to work, 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 work in order for you to earn money. You know, so Capricorn tends to overextend itself. It tends to get in that workaholic energy. It tends to try to prove itself to climb the hierarchical ladder when it needs to learn work-life balance, right? So we have double that energy today. Now, this is a portal, and it is a surge of, I'm telling you what it means from us on a spiritual level, okay? Just so we're on the same page. The portal is a surge of soul origin codes coming back online, meaning the original codes are coming back online through your DNA, okay? It's a time when the sun in Leo amplifies your creative authority while Sirius energy activates dormant oversoul blueprints, because this is in opposition of Sirius. The full moon in Aquarius is important too, which is tomorrow. Aquarius energy disrupts outdated structures, collective conditioning, and societal binding spells. So I've been talking about the spells all week. If y'all didn't see that episode, it's on YouTube. It's about 3.5 hours. Okay. Aquarius energy is about societal liberation. Okay. And that's why this is such a potent energy to be in. This moon is about liberation. It's about innovative co-creation, aligning with the, you know, the new earth template, right? Co-creation, aligning with the new earth template. It supports detachment from ego loops and embracing sacred neutrality. Now, I told y'all the levels of consciousness, right? And the 5th level is oversoul consciousness, which is about sacred neutrality, meaning that you're standing in the center. You can see that side, you can see that side, but you don't have to pick a side, right? You can see the nuance in situations, okay? So, sacred neutrality, I'm not letting anybody in the live love. It supports detachment from ego loops and embracing sacred neutrality, which is going to be, all of these things that I've talked about are going to be a part of this invocation, and I'm going to give y'all at the end, okay? So the Lion's Gate is personal and cosmic ignition, and Aquarius moon is the collective activation, okay? So, and this is a rare Lion's Gate. And the reason why this is a rare Lion's Gate is because Saturn and Mars is in opposition. Okay. It ushers in karmic release, manifestation, acceleration, and realignment to freedom over security. Okay. This full moon in Aquarius activates radical self-reinvention and relationship clarity. So again, with those relationships, if there's any cords and relationships that need to be released, that would be an important thing to write down once we get to the work that we're about to do. Okay. For us, this is a portal of clearing and launching, a rare opportunity to drop old agreements and re-enter with oversoul clarity. The Lion's Gate is the gateway to divine authority, abundance, and creative ignition. The full moon amplifies visionary shifts, social clarity, and the release of outdated relational containers. Combined, they offer a chance to transmute collective expectations into field-based projections and manifest without collapsing, okay? August 8th is an oversoul pulse of the infinite flame. Energetically, 8/8 is not just a date, it's an annual echo of the moment when the original oversoul flame matrices opened in Lyra to birth soul individuation, which is not separation, okay? This was the first moment a being asked, what does it mean to carry divine essence into form? Meaning like the first time that we split, we wanted to see ourselves, right? In the old Lyran vaults, the double 8 marks the entry to the spiral staircase of remembrance. 1/8 is upwards, 1 is inverted, 1 is pointing down, which is really the infinity sign. This symbol wasn't about a number, it was about the looped frequency field. The upper 8 represents oversoul consciousness, the lower 8 represents embodied flame, and the point where they kiss in the center is where we are right now, okay? So for flame bearers, this 8/8 is a living initiation. On a cellular and field level, August 8 is when the oversoul checks the grid, and it asks these questions. Are you still in alignment with your signature? Have you integrated your sacred wounds with passion? Are you leaking energy to systems, stories, or scarcity? Are you carrying the flame codes into your daily life, or are you holding them in theory? Okay, so it's not a portal you enter, it's a portal you open in your field. Okay, it's already in your field, you just need to open it, which is what we're going to do today. Okay, the energy field of August 8th Um, is part of it is a flame codex synchronization, which is the moment where your flame lineage signatures realign with your oversoul body. So if you've done deep inner work, this can feel like a quiet click in your field, a brief stillness before expansion, a spontaneous release of old loops without needing closure. If you're resisting it, though, it may feel like pressure, confusion, or a desperate need to make something happen. Okay. This pressure isn't punishment, it's just your system trying to stabilize a new grid point. Okay. Also, remembrance is a part of this as well. Remembrance as a sacred authority. The lion is not just a beast, it's an archetype of inner royalty without domination. So, on this day, we have to ask ourselves, where are we still afraid of our own authority? Where are we shrinking to be chosen, to be paid, to be seen, or to be safe? Where have we confused humility with invisibility? And when I say humility, I mean humble. I think so many times we say, well, I'm just being humble. And that's a way for us to hide. That's a way for us to go unnoticed. That's a way for us to not have to shine too brightly because we've been told that we're too much, we're too intense, we're too whatever the fuck people decide to say to people who stand in their authenticity, right? So this is asking, where are you hiding? Okay, because this lion gate is saying that it's safe to be powerful and to be sovereign, and it's safe to know who you are. The next thing is access to flame vaults. You may notice flashes of memory, not past lives in story form, but colors or ancient tones or geometric grids or unexpected language codes. Sometimes you'll get a spontaneous knowing of something you've never really studied. So you're understanding things at a deeper level. And these are vault echoes being reactivated in you. So don't rush to try to interpret everything. Let them root through stillness, silence, and deep breath. Write them down if you have to. Okay. And then we also have collective flame grid updates. August 8th is one of those moments the oversoul grid receives a harmonic update. So if you've been holding remembrance, teaching, healing, or anchoring in truth, it gets encoded into the collective spiral. This is where your flame work multiplies. Okay. However, if you are leaking because of urgency or fear, it scrambles your signal during this transmission. Neutrality and trust are your protection shields in this. Okay. Okay. Um, sorry, it was a bunch of people texting me. I just had to make sure everybody was okay. 1 second. What's going on? All right. Next, you got to understand you are the gate. There's no gate outside of you. There's no lion gate outside of you. Okay. You are the gate. So the 8-8 gate opens when your inner frequency stabilizes in coherence. So this means you're not chasing, you're not proving, you're not collapsing. Just one breath at a time in your flame, that's enough. Meaning, like, if you need to take a second while I'm talking about this and just breathe in and out, we're going to do some breathing exercises together as well. And it's a specific breathing, square breathing is what I'm going to teach y'all kind of today. So the first thing that I want us to do is a visualization, okay? Because we need to recalibrate our field a little bit, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is just kind of sit in silence for a second. And I'm going to give us about 2 minutes to sit in silence. And then I want you to visualize, or actually, I'll give us about 5 minutes. I want you to sit in silence and I want you to visualize 2 spirals. You want one descending down from above from your oversoul and one coming up from earth. Okay. That's going to be the oversoul is going to be from the top. Embodiment is going to be coming from the ground. Okay. Let them meet in the center of your heart. In the moment that they meet in the center of your heart, what I want you to say is, I am the point of reunion. My flame is infinite. I remember who I am. You don't have to remember that because I'm about to walk y'all through it, okay? So I want you to close your eyes for me. And I want you to imagine yourself in a dark place. Nothing is in front of you. Nothing is behind you. Nothing is above you. Nothing is below you. You are in complete darkness and stillness. Let yourself be there for a second. Focus on your breath. Breathe in really deeply and then breathe out really deeply. You are completely safe in this space. Feel how safe you are. Feel how protected you are in this space. Feel your heart rate slowing down and feel all the energy on the outside come back into your body. There is no need for fear, so release the fear. There is no need for hypervigilance, so release the hypervigilance. There is no need for shame or guilt, so release the shame and guilt. With every exhale, release. You are completely loved in this space. Feel the love enter into every single cell. Feel those cells opening up and let the love in. I want you to look up while you're in this space and see that spiral coming from far, 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 and see it enter into your crown. Then look below you and see that spiral coming from beneath you and enter into your root. See those spirals coming together and entering into your heart space. See them form a swirling ball. It should look like a yin and yang symbol. And then say, I am the point of reunion. My flame is infinite. I remember who I am. Keep breathing through that. I am the point of reunion. My flame is infinite. I remember who I am. I am the point of reunion. My flame is infinite. I remember who I am. Now sit in silence for a moment and feel your field recalibrate. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, how did that feel? Who saw a visual in their head? That felt good? Okay, start to come back for me. Okay, so that prepares us. I saw the spirals good. I feel warm. Oh, good, spiritual key. That's a good sign. Warmth is hotness, is spiritual energy. I saw red and like an orange yellow. Good. I saw the visual and it did feel very nice. I feel tingly. Oh, that's good. You did it right, memory. That's how you know you pulling down that soul energy. I start to buzz or I get hot or I feel tingly. So good job, my love. Okay. So that's opening us up and recalibrating our field for the Lion's Gate. Okay. So the full moon in Aquarius arrives just after the Lion's Gate. My spirals were glowing, period. I saw the spirals. Good. That was awesome. I could see the spirals. There you go. I love that. You see what you can do? All you need is your imagination. That's all you need. Okay? So the full moon in Aquarius is arriving just after the Lion's Gate, and it serves as the collective mirror of the flame grid. So if 8-8 opens the inner vault, this moon reflects what's still resisting integration. Okay? What part of you after this is still resisting integration? Okay? Aquarius is not emotional in the traditional sense. It is the frequency of the future, the architect of the soul systems, and the sacred rebellion required to break collective spells. Okay. So a full moon in Aquarius is the grid walker's mirror. Okay. Again, it is going to be tomorrow, August 9th. The frequency that it holds is collective detachment to access high order truth. All right. Aquarius moons often feel cold to those seeking emotional release, but that's because this moon isn't about tears. It's about clarity, it's about gritting, and it's about releasing without needing to explain why you're releasing. Okay? So the core energies of this moon are liberation from collective emotional spells. So Aquarius is going to sever ties to inherent emotional obligations. I must stay connected to be loved, right? Which causes you to experience abuse, right? If I grow, I'll lose them. So you try to stay in places, you in this battle between your old self and your new self. I have to soften myself to be misunderstood, meaning that you got to add fluff to everything. They do this to women all the time. We always got to give it to you soft, even though our truth is just straight to the point. Otherwise, we're being disrespectful. Okay. This moon says, let them misunderstand you. Your flame was not built for anybody's approval. It was built to realign timelines, which means you got to give it how you get it. What you can expect is sudden clarity about who and what is no longer a frequency match for you. Let them go. A desire to unfollow, unplug, and unbind, and a quiet relief in choosing yourself without justification. You don't need justification for why you choose you. You don't need justification for why you tell somebody no. You don't need justification for why you don't want to do it. No is a sentence, period. No, N-O, period. Okay. Also, gritting the new earth flame systems. Aquarius is the sign of the innovator, the architect, and the soul tech engineer. So, under this moon, you're going to feel called to map out your offerings in a new way. So, if you have a business or you have something that you offer or services that you offer, take another look at those and make sure that it's truly aligned with who you are and what it is that you want to create. Okay. Make sure that you're putting out things that are things that you want to put out and not what everybody around you projected on you and told you that you should do. Okay. It's going to help us to channel new systems, frameworks, and soul based structures, and also organize energy rather than performing healing, right? Organizing energy around us. So the shadow will be trying to explain instead of simply holding energy. Okay. You want to let your knowing speak for itself during this period of time. All right. Another thing is emotional neutrality as sacred technology. Neutrality is so important. Neutrality is so important. Aquarius is the zodiac's sacred witness. It sees all without being consumed. So this moon is a perfect mirror for flame bearers to ask themselves, can I hold space without absorbing it? Can I hold space without absorbing it? Meaning that if somebody is having a mental breakdown, are you getting in that boat with them? Or are you able to just witness? Are you able to just have compassion and not feel like you got to do something? Not feel like you got to fix it for them, heal it for them, save them, right? Can I remain neutral without disconnecting? Meaning like you don't ignore it. You very much still see it. You witness it. However, you don't detach fully. Okay. You don't want to be disconnected from it, meaning like you feel the emotions when they're processing through you. You're just not holding on to them, right? You witness them, you let them pass through. Can I still love without entangling? Meaning like, can you love without trying to merge with somebody else? Okay. Can you love without trying to get them to meet your needs? Whereas you meet your needs emotionally and physically, they meet their needs emotionally and physically. Y'all come together and y'all share space, right? Expect tests from people who want you to react. So that means that people going to be trying to trigger you. Can you handle it? Choose to respond from your soul and not from story. I had a dream the other day in preparation for this, and this guy was like standing outside of my porch, and he said something, and I knew that this was an important guy. He said something to me, and I turned around and looked at him, and it was so quick. It shocked me even in the dream state. I looked at him and I said, "Oh, you really hate women." And he looked at me and said, "What?" And I said, "Women are not here to appease you. Women do not have to soften in your presence. Either you can handle the truth or you can't, but too many of y'all are emotionally fragile, and that's the problem." Do you know this man walked and disappeared out of my dream? Like, he literally walked and I see him disappear into thin air. You know? So that's what it's about. Truth needs no proof, and it doesn't need softening. You know, that's why I did a lot of work around talking about how emotionally fragile people are in this society, and how we can't stand the truth. We take it as disrespect if it doesn't come with a pretty bow on it or in between a nice sandwich. But women come here to speak unfiltered truth. And sometimes that's uncomfortable because people don't want to change. But that don't mean that you don't speak the truth just because somebody flinches at it. Right? So also the collective field is going to feel a little strange. Okay, because Aquarius governs systems and timelines. So you're going to feel time distortion. You might get lost in time a little bit or not be able to place things in a linear fashion. You might have heightened dreams about the future. Okay, about future timelines because of this Aquarius energy, which is a very forward, innovative, future type of energy. Also, old friends or soul contracts might start reaching out to you, and also a sense of you've outgrown this entire level that you've been playing around in. Like, I've outgrown, I need to do something different. Okay, understand nothing is wrong with you. You are realigning with your future self before the timeline collapses. Okay, so get out your piece of paper, get out your mirror, and get out your piece of paper. If you don't have a mirror, it is okay. Imagine one in your mind. Okay, but get you out a piece of paper because we're about to do some writing. Okay, drop some 444s and drop some 888s in the chat once you get your piece of paper. Good memory. Good, good, good. Good, period. So the first question I want you to write on your piece of paper. The first question: where am I still pretending I don't know what I know? Thank you. Good job, y'all. Good. Y'all came prepared. I love that. Where am I still pretending I don't know what I know? And if that question strikes you, close your eyes and ask yourself, where am I still pretending I don't know what I know? Okay, that's question number one. Take a second, and when you get the answer, drop it in the chat for me. And then I'll share my experience as well. Ooh, this is kind of embarrassing. I don't know if I want to tell y'all this. Y'all gonna be looking at me sideways. Don't look at me side. This is a judgment-free zone. I just want to throw that out there immediately. Okay, this is a judgment-free zone. Don't come over here judging me. I ain't gonna judge you. I'm only here to love you. You got to be there to love me too. Okay. The first thing that I could think of is, ew, this is cringe. I don't like this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. My relationship to my spiritual journey, period. Work. Yeah, my next move that needs to happen to break free. Gotcha. Mine's is trusting in my ability to guide other people. I don't know why, y'all, but I really don't like the responsibility of people putting their weight on me. And I don't like the responsibility of having to be the one to guide other people. Like, I don't know why. And it's crazy because this is literally what my job is. This is literally what I came here to do. But I don't necessarily like being perceived. I don't necessarily like feeling responsible for people because I tell you, you know, you come to me, you ask me, should I quit my job? I'm gonna say, well, for your highest good is this. You quit your job, now you homeless. I feel some type of way about that. I feel like I just told you to ruin your whole life. I just told you to ruin your whole life, you know? So I freak out about stuff like that still to this day, you know? I freak out about this still to this day, but I've never guided anybody in the wrong light. It's just that I don't trust in my own abilities because when I was younger, when I trusted myself, stuff would go wrong, or I would put my faith in the wrong. I would bet on the wrong horse. I put my faith in the wrong person because I see something in you don't even see in yourself. You know, it also comes from a past life too, because in a past life, I woke somebody up too soon and I woke somebody up too soon. He thought he was immortal. He jumped off a motherfucking cliff. He was only 14 years old, and I vowed to never do that again. And so I struggle in this lifetime with what my mission is because I've had not only things that happened in this life, but things that happened in the past life that made me feel like I don't want to get it wrong. Oh, that's what it is. I don't want to get it wrong. That's probably where the perfectionism comes from. I don't want to get it wrong, which is one of the things that we're releasing as a collective, right? Not wanting to get it wrong. Okay, so let's go back to our list real quick for those of us who are still being naive and subtle to the condition. Stimulation around me, self-trust, accepting less than I deserve. Ooh, Vanessa, yes, my living situation, my spiritual awake, seeing shadows. So your gift, Laura, your gift is it. Okay, so let me tell you again what the collective is, what Spirit said the collective needs to release today. Disconnection, emotional numbness, having a closed heart. You need to feel safe enough to open up more. A fear of failure, of doing things wrong, releasing perfectionism, martyrdom, sacrificing yourself for other people, self-abandonment that comes with martyrdom, being mentally focused, being rigid, trying to control everything, mistaking logic for wisdom, you know, and dismissing your intuitive hunches. So trusting yourself, right? We need integrity, not isolation, meaning that we need to be able to walk into places, and regardless of what people are doing around us, we need to be able to stand in our authenticity, stand in our truth. That's what it means to be that's what integrity means, being honest about who you are and not collapsing just because somebody say you're not fun or you crazy or you this or you that or you're lame, right? Let your passion guide you. And so we need to be brave enough to let ourselves be seen and make decisions based in alignment with who we say that we are. We need to experience joy again and try to reach for soul fulfillment, meaning do things that make us feel good and things that we're grateful for. And because there's too many of us who are burned out, who are living in perfectionism, who are misaligned with our purpose and in this energy of trying to prove ourselves. Okay. A lot of this that I just said can be solved with presence. My self-destructionness, period. My self-destruction is okay. Good, y'all. I'm proud of this. Good, good, good. So the second question is, what am I afraid will happen if I fully choose this timeline? If I fully choose my timeline? What am I afraid will happen if I fully choose my timeline? For me, I feel like I'm gonna fail. It's somebody gets hurt, it's I fail. I lead somebody in the wrong direction. I'm exposed as a fraud. I don't know where that came from, but that just pissed me off. But it's the truth. I'm exposed as a fraud. You know? I'm to blame. That came up too. Unintentional harm or exposure to danger. Yes. Yes, always more. That 8, sister. I'll be too much for people. Ooh, memory. I'll still be alone. That's good. Afraid to lose family, afraid to not be able to explain things. Okay, so a fear of incompetence. That's actually really normal, DeAndrea. A fear of incompetence. You probably have opinions energy, and opinions energy, the way that you get over that is you got to learn more. Hey, Lormo, welcome, my love. We're doing some work around this Lion's Gate. We're doing some shadow work. I'm afraid of actually being good and succeeding beyond my expectations of the opposite, also leading someone wrong and feeling responsible. Jayla, that's T, sister. That's T. Let me say it again. I'm afraid of actually being good. I'm afraid of actually being good at something. Okay, that's somebody who has been told that everything they do is wrong. That's where that come from. And succeeding beyond my expectations of the opposite, also leading someone wrong and feeling responsible. Oh, spiritual key said of the unknown. Yes, baby. Being authentic. Yes, my life will be ease, but fear I'll create unease to feel what's familiar. Okay, so getting stuck in old patterns. Thank you, Diamond. I appreciate you, my love. Money issues and nothing to fall back on if I fly the nest. Okay, so you got a fear of um I would say a fear of failure. That's a fear of failure. I'll be alone and not accepted as my true self. So people are going to misunderstand you. Okay, good stuff, y'all. I've come to realize that I'm hurt, that I'm only with my family temporarily. Gotcha. Can't focus, feel like I'm crazy, can't take a break, won't be believed that the shadows are there. Won't be believed, Laura. That's a huge one. That you won't be believed. Right? Because that we live in a society that is based off of materialism, meaning that they tell you that everything comes from this material world, there's nothing outside of you. And they chalk things up like your spiritual gifts to a coincidence, right? And they say it's just a phenomenon, even though millions of people are experiencing this same phenomenon. They say, no, you got to be able to prove stuff, because if you can't prove it, then it's not true. And it makes you question yourself. It breaks the trust that you have with yourself, so good. I feel a sense of relief. Okay, good, y'all. So let's get our mirror, okay? Get your mirror, and we're gonna walk through another thing, okay? If you don't have a mirror, imagine it in your head. Fear that I actually don't know myself well. Ooh, yes. No, but that's good, DeAndrea. Ooh, funding worthlessness. Oh, finding worthlessness. You are not worthless, my baby. I promise you. I promise you. Your worth is just not measured by what society measures worth on. And so you're just in the wrong room, unfortunately. It just so happens that the room is the whole world. A lot of us feel out of a place. But worth, oh no, baby. They just measuring worth wrong. Not being there fully for my daughter's growth. Okay. So you're afraid of missing out, CJ. You're afraid of missing out. Okay, good work, y'all. Good work. All right, let's go ahead and let me know when y'all got y'all mirrors. When y'all got y'all mirrors, drop 888 in the comments for me. We're about to do another specific thing for Aquarius moon, okay? And we're going to bridge this together. Okay? So go ahead and get your mirror. If you don't have a mirror, just imagine one. You're going to imagine one in your head, okay? Oh, good. Good job. Okay. What about y'all, YouTube? Y'all got y'all mirrors? And if you don't got a mirror, it's okay. Imagine one in your head. Okay. All right, y'all. All right. So what I want you to do is place the mirror before you. Okay. So I'm going to walk y'all back through. I'm just giving y'all the directions, but I'm going to walk y'all back through like I did the first time. Okay. You place the mirror before you, or you're going to imagine one in your head. And what I want you to do is ask to be shown not your reflection, but your highest aligned timeline. Okay? Then we're going to step through the mirror. Okay? Step through the mirror, or imagine yourself stepping through this mirror. Okay? And step into that highest version of yourself and whisper to yourself, I remember, I forgive the forgetting, I release all that distorts my flame. Okay? And then once we do that, we're going to come back and we're going to write again. We're going to do a release letter. Okay, to old communities, to old identities, to energetic bindings that no longer reflect who we have become at this level. Okay? Then you're going to burn it, but you don't got to burn it right now. When we get off of here, burn it over a cup of water or a safe container. And then you're going to take the ashes and pour it in water, and then take that and pour it out underneath the moonlight, the ashes into earth. Give that energy back to earth. Say, thank you. I've experienced what I need to experience. I'm giving this back to source energy. Okay? Earth wants to help you. Let her help you. Okay? Then after you pour that out, you're going to say, this is my flame. I walk only where I can be true. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to set y'all up. But that last part is on y'all. Okay? This journey is individual. As much as we do collective work, this journey is about you. I want you to feel empowered. Okay? So let's start there. Close your eyes for me. And I'm going to walk y'all back through. Okay? You are in a dark place. There is nothing in front of you. There is nothing behind you. There is nothing above you. There is nothing below you. You are floating through darkness. Let yourself be there. I want you to take some deep breaths in. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your exhale, you're going to release fear, doubt, confusion, shame, and guilt. So breathe in. Release that fear. Breathe out. Breathe in. Release that shame. Breathe in. Release that fear. Breathe in. Release confusion. Now you are perfectly safe and protected in this space. Feel how safe you are. Feel what that protection feels like. You are loved for just being you. See that love enter and swell up in your heart. It should look like a circle expanding until it completely encompasses you. See every single one of your cells open and see that love pour in. Take some deep breaths for me. Again. Now see a mirror appear in front of you. Ask this mirror, don't show me my reflection, show me my highest aligned timeline. What do I look like in my highest aligned timeline? Now I want you to look at yourself. How is your demeanor? Are you slouched or are you standing straight? What does the look on your face look like? Are you aloof or do you exude confidence? What do you have on? How do you look? Do you look happy? Do you look sad? Do you look excited? Notice your hair. Notice your eyebrows, your nose, your lips. Do you have on any jewelry? Now take a step back and just look at yourself. Now I want you to step through the mirror and stand where that version is standing. See the both of you merge together. See your spine straighten. Feel the confidence coursing through your body. You are sure of yourself. You know your purpose. You know what you're here to do. You don't take no for an answer. You don't soften yourself for other people. You know how to say no. And you put your mask on before you try to help somebody else. You don't have to worry about getting it wrong because you allow yourself to make mistakes. Because you understand you learn through contrast and you don't have to be perfect. Now say, I remember, I forgive the forgetting. I release all that distorts my flame. I remember, I forgive the forgetting. I release all that distorts my flame. I remember, I release the forgetting. I release all that distorts my flame. Now take a couple breaths and integrate that energy in. What energy do you feel that she possessed that you feel right now you don't possess? Or he? Breathe it in, anchor it into who you are right now. All right, when you are ready, come on out of it. Tell me how that experience was, y'all. Drop it in the comments for me. Smiling, period, Ray. I love that. Come on out whenever you're ready. What did you notice? For me, she was confident, okay? A relief, okay? Period. Bubbly, okay? Instantly big smile when I looked in the mirror. Oh, good. Confident in her knowing, period. What about y'all, YouTube? I had lawyer energy, okay? Period. Dominance. Okay, she has the confidence fueled by her sensuality and knowing. Okay. Clearness. Okay, she was clear. Okay. Also felt some tears swelling from being so at peace and happy. Okay, gratitude. For sure. Good job. I yawned through it, so my eyes are tearing. I feel calm and I saw golden color. Okay, you might be golden light, brightness, joyful, confident, easygoing. Good. She was sure of herself. Yes. No more imposter syndrome. Okay, Diamond. Yawn many times. Yawning is actually you moving spiritual energy. Actually, I can tell you specifically what it is. Because a couple of y'all said y'all were yawning. Tears, letting go of joy. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Yawning, yawning, yawning. Sorry, my brain only works so much. Okay. Yes, I was yawning, nervous system kicking online, right? Yeah, I actually think that's what that means. But I want to confirm because I'm a confirmer. Oh, nope, nope. You missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Yawning is energetic gateway opener. Okay, yawning realigns your subtle bodies. It creates openings in your throat, your third eye, and crown. Used unconsciously in sessions and rituals to shift timelines or to clear your field, a sign that energy is moving or releasing in your body. Yawns are your oversoul adjusting your energetic architecture. Okay, good. That's a good sign if you're yawning. Unapologetic, period. Oh, shoot, I just yawned. Wow, yes. Good, 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 good. Okay. So, first of all, I love you. Thanks all that you're doing. You are welcome. Have you found out the reason behind why? Sure of myself. I stood straight up. I didn't smile, but I didn't feel pressure to. Okay, period. Wisdom, definitely. Okay, good, y'all. The wisdom, the confidence, the joy, and the peace. All righty, good. So, next, what we're going to do is we're going to write a release letter. Okay, we're going to write a release letter. Sorry, y'all. Y'all got me yawning. All right, the release letter is going to be a release letter to old communities, okay? Places where you used to find to be safe, but no longer find to be safe. Old communities, old identities, old versions of yourself. Also, energetic bindings that no longer reflect who you become. And when I say energetic bindings, I mean the stuff that you tell yourself that you don't realize that you're telling yourself and you binding yourself to that energy. Like, I have to give to other people to be accepted. I have to be seen and not heard. You know, I have to suppress what I truly feel so that I can fit in, so that I can be accepted. You know, I have to dim myself because I'm too much. Like, that's what I mean by energetic bindings. Okay. So, what I want to do is take a moment and to write a release letter of things that you need to release right now. Okay. So, let's take 5-10 minutes, get your paper out, and let's write some of those things down. You can also drop them in the comments as well, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have similarities in what it is that they're trying to release. Okay. For me, it's going to be negative self-talk only when it comes to my services, my work, because I'm in this stage where I am pricing my work energetically, meaning that I'm pricing myself based on my worth, whereas before I was not doing that. And so sometimes I'll, talk myself into believing that people are not going to show up, or people are not going to purchase from me at this price point. And sometimes I like get in my head about certain things. So it's going to be about communities, identities, old identities. Yeah, this will be on YouTube. Community is going to be about old identities, and also energetic bindings that no longer suit you. Being a product of my environment. Okay, yeah, Megan, that's a good one. So let's go ahead and take a moment and let's write these letters, and then keep the letter, like, don't burn them yet, because we're going to use that again to do this spoken revocation before we burn them, which is the next part of the ritual, which is the last part of the ritual, really. And then we'll kind of close it out in just a moment. Okay. So I want to take a moment and do the release letter. So go ahead and write a letter of what it is that you want to release. Okay. I should have brought my laptop up here so we can listen to music or something. Um, You're welcome, love. Oh, period. It's a family who does not want to support my energy or support me in my calling. That's a good one. Okay. I'm releasing the need to control everything. I release the fear of receiving. Okay, good, Vanessa. I'm releasing the need to feel accepted. I release the need to be right. Ooh, Lisa, that's a good one. I had to fight for my life when it came to that one. I had to fight for my life because I would be like, technically, that was my favorite thing. Technically, this is where it is. That's what it says. Da, 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 da. I don't need to do that no more. I'm absolutely there with you. I would say the playing small. I release the overthinking. Yes. To fit into places that never had the capacity to hold me. I release spiritual bypassing, which is basically when you do all the intellectualizing, you do all the learning, right? But you don't actually integrate it into your life. You don't actually apply the wisdom. That's spiritual bypassing. Okay. Release doing what is expected of me. Yes, Ray. I release the part of me that wants to meet other people's expectations. Or prove my worth. The want to prove my worth. Why can't I just be worthy just because I'm worthy? Or make everybody else comfortable at my own expense. I'm gonna need more space. I'm gonna need more lines. I just wrote release the need to be accepted and helping when not asked. Okay. I release the need to be perfect. Period. I'm still in some of y'all releases because I need to release that too. I release the belief that I'm not worthy of being seen or loved by other people. Ooh, thank you for sharing my love. I release the need to do in order to receive. Yes, period. I got a good one. I release the need to be quiet when my truth is inconvenient. I release from always feeling like I have to be doing. Yes. Performance culture. I'm releasing that too. And then also any government spells. I release access to my sacred life force energy. By energies that mean me no harm. That mean me no good. I release attachments to the old version of myself. I release emotional residue from childhood trauma. I release the need to be heard or feeling hurt. Diamond, that's a word. I release the need to be heard or understood. I don't need to prove it to you. I don't need to convince. I release the need to heal, save, and fix people. I release the belief that I am not deserving to be paid what I am worth. Girl, yes. I release spiritual interference, period. I release the attachment of money to my worth. Because my worth don't come from money. I release the need to justify my pain, period. Because those who have the capacity to hold you will. I release past life soul contracts or soul vows. Or soul vows, seen or unseen, that still influence my behavior while not aligning to my purpose. I release the need to perform or pretend. I release the need to that tied my worth to performance, period. Love that. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Okay. I release fear and self-doubt. Yes. Thank you. Still in that. I release old relationships that depleted me and the belief systems that caused me to stay. I release my attachment to unconditional tolerance, meaning unconditional love. Maybe I should pay. I release my belief that unconditional tolerance means unconditional love. It doesn't. I release the need to say yes to everything. Say yes to prove my loyalty. Or that I'm a good friend, sister, cousin, whatever. Insert title. I release my need to define myself by societal standards. You see how that flow just happened? I release the need that ties my work to performance, fear, doubt, and confusion. Good, 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 good. How are we doing with our letters, y'all? Is anybody done with their letter? If you're done with your letter, drop an 888 in the chat for me. I release the belief that money comes with happiness. I release soul contracts that I did not consent to and did. The need to compare my journey to the pace and the pace of other people. Yes, Jada. We don't need to be doing that. We comparing apples and oranges. They don't got the sauce you got, you don't got the sauce they got. It's enough room for all of us. I release the grief and sacred rage that are burying my soul gifts. I release the need to go fast, period. I release my attachment to urgency. I release any seals blocking access to soul gifts that are my birthright. At this point, I don't know who writing. One of my 10 personalities. I release negative self-doubt, period. Y'all like that when I release any and all attachments that I did not consent to. Period, period, period. All right, I've made a page and a half. And so at this point, this is my release letter. All right. Let's start to wrap up those release letters so we can move on to the next part of our journey. That was about 15 minutes. Needed that. Needed to get that out. All right. So next, we're going to take this and we're going to speak the list So I want you to speak your list out loud and then end it with, I revoke this spell. I choose the original design. I remember the truth that was hidden. I will no longer give my power to the lie. Okay? Okay? I release the blocked vessel that is holding my spiritual energy. Okay? So I want you to read the list out loud. Okay? I'm just going to have to read mine, as embarrassing as it is, because I need to say it out loud too. Okay? So I want you to get your list. I want you to read it out loud. And then once we've read it out loud, I want y'all to put 444s in the chat so that I know that y'all have read what y'all need to read. And so then I can say that I revoke the spell, that whole thing of my sugar, my bob. Okay? So I'm releasing my need to be perfect. I'm releasing the negative self-talk around my services and earnings. I'm releasing the need to control everything. I'm releasing, and if y'all want to put some of y'all I'll go through some of these that I have in the comments as well. I'm releasing communities that make me feel crazy, make me have to prove myself, make me feel unseen. I'm releasing childhood trauma that still lives in my field. I'm releasing emotional residue from grief and heartbreak. I'm releasing unworthiness and feeling unlovable. I'm releasing the need to feel accepted, the need to be right, the need to be invisible. I'm done playing small to fit into places that never had the capacity to hold me. I release spiritual bypassing. I release the part of me that wants to meet others' expectations and prove my worth or make everybody else comfortable at my own expense. I release the thought that I cannot do this. Period, Damo. I release the need to do in order to receive. I release the need to be quiet when my truth is inconvenient. I release access to my sacred life force energy by energies that mean me no good. I release attachments to the old versions of myself. I release the need to be heard or understood. I release the need to heal, save, and fix people. I release the belief that I am undeserving of my worth. I release the attachment of money to my worth. I release past soul contracts or soul vows, seen or unseen, that still influence my behavior while not aligning with my purpose. I release the need to perform or pretend. I release fear and self-doubt. I release old relationships that depleted me and beliefs that caused me to stay. I release attachments. I release the belief that unconditional tolerance means unconditional love. I release the need to say yes to prove my loyalty or that I'm a good sister, cousin, whatever. I release my need to define myself by societal standards. I release my need to perform spirituality. I release the belief that money comes with happiness. I release the need to compare. I release grief from my ancestors and sacred rage. I release my attachment to urgency. I release any seals blocking access to soul gifts that are my birthright. I release any contracts or energetic agreements with corporations or energy not aligned with my highest good. Period. And that's how we handle that one. I release the need to be quiet when my truth is inconvenient. Period. 444s in the chat if y'all done. Are y'all done? Are y'all done? Are y'all done? Okay, we got some 444s cracking. Period. All right. So what you need to say after you read it out loud: I revoke this spell. I choose the original design. I remember the truth that was hidden. I will no longer give my power to the lie. Okay? I revoke this spell. I choose the original design. I remember the truth that was hidden, and I will no longer give my power to the lie. I revoke this spell. I choose the original design. I remember the truth that was hidden, and I will no longer give my power to the lie. Okay? All right. All right. And we got one last part, y'all. One last part. All right. And this is a heart opening. We got to open the heart, right? Because Spirit said we got closed hearts. We got to open that heart. Okay. Now, to open the oversoul heart through the lion gate frequency, we have to root it in sacred neutrality and reflect mirror flame clarity through full moon's light. This is a remembrance of divine love. This is not manifestation. So you want to get a candle, and then you can get a mirror. Keep your piece of paper. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, 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 bloop. And so we're going to breathe with each other for a brief second, and I'm going to say some invocations to open your heart. Okay. Now, this breath is called a square breath. This is actually how you connect with your oversoul, or how they used to connect with their oversoul in ancient societies. Okay. What you do is you breathe in 4 counts, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then you hold for 4. Okay. What you're going to do is repeat this 5 to 7 times. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Okay. It's called a square breath. You're going to do this 5 to 7 cycles. And while you're breathing in and all of that, what you say in your head is, I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. Somebody in YouTube, somebody on TikTok, put those invocations in the chat for me. And then nobody else write in the chat, so that if you are breathing in and breathing out, you can at least look at it. I return to the breath before the flame, period. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. Thank you. Good, good, good. Okay, that's good for TikTok. Do we have somebody on YouTube? I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. Somebody on YouTube. I love you kindly. Okay. Waiting for YouTube, and then we can go, y'all. Okay, good. We got YouTube. We got, yes. So the square breath is you breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you hold your breath for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you exhale for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you hold again for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one cycle. Okay, you breathe in a count of 4, you hold a count of 4, you breathe out a count of 4, you hold a count of 4. Okay, so go ahead and light your candle. Okay, light your candle. Got my candle here. Ouch, that fucking hurt. That wax is hot. Okay, so go ahead, and what you're gonna do is start the breathing. You're gonna do 5 to 7 counts while repeating, I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births sovereignty. Let's go. Wait 1 second. Count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, because some of y'all be counting too fast. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Don't miss the Mississippis. Okay? All right, you may resume. Let me know when y'all done y'all 7 cycles. I return to the breath before the flame. I return to the silence that births my sovereignty. Drop some 444s in the chat when y'all done. What about y'all, YouTube? Y'all still there? Y'all still with me? We almost done. 444s in the chat if y'all done. You should feel, I feel like a tingling in my third eye, a pulsing in my chest. Good, Vanessa. Good job, my love. Good. Okay, so next you have that bowl of water, and it either should have rosemary or it should have salt in it, or just whatever water you have. Okay. I felt like crying. Yeah, that means you probably have grief over your heart space, my love. That's okay. I felt tightness in the back of my head. Yep. There's probably some tightness at your ulnar major chakra, which is where your oversoul connects to you. Okay. You can do this square breath anytime going to meditation and do this, and it gets you into alignment with your oversoul. Move some of that energy. Y'all know breath is the internal fire. When they talk about the internal fire, they're talking about breath. You can move your breath up and down your spine to open up soul contracts, to move energy to anything. You move the breath in your body. Breath work is an ancient technology because you are advanced technology. Okay, good, YouTube. Now take that bowl of water that you have and you want to anoint your third eye. Okay, to anoint just means to mark. Okay, I kind of do like a spiral, or I'll do like a heart within a heart. Okay, so anoint your third eye. You want to anoint your heart and you want to anoint your throat while saying, I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. I let all distortion dissolve in the light of who I truly am. Okay, then you want to either gaze in the bowl of water or gaze into the mirror. Okay, do that again. I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. It doesn't matter which hand. I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. I let all distortions dissolve in the light of who I truly am. Okay, that's the third eye, that's the throat, and that's the heart. Okay, I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. I let all distortions dissolve in the light of who I truly am. And then you want to gaze into the mirror or the water and ask, what part of me is ready to love without condition? And you want to hold that gaze until you receive. Let any emotion that comes up, come up. Let it flow, okay? The question is, what part of me is ready to love without condition? Stare into the water bowl, stare into the mirror. What part of me is ready to love without condition? And you just wait until you get an answer. The first thing that comes to your mind, don't second guess it. That's what it is. Ew, gross. Drop in the chat what you got. I got my ego. I wasn't expecting that one. And your ego really just is your mind and your inner child. My stomach. Okay. Good, Laura. Let any emotions come up that need to come up. Your heart. Okay, Lisa. I love that. Your heart. My soul. Ooh, yummy. Love that for you. Y'all know Bowls of water used to be the original mirrors, and that you can stare into water and you can get any answer you want. Water is intelligent. Water is always communicating to you, and you're a water temple. Your water communicates with other water, the authentic self. That's why sometimes you walk the sea and you start to feel like you need to cry. Okay? Don't sleep on the waters, they intelligent myself. Okay, good. What about YouTube? What y'all get? I heard pride. Oof. Yeah, pride is the devil, they say. But pride comes from the ego. Yeah. My body. Ooh, Ray. I am unfamiliar with your game, girl. Period. Anybody else want to share? Okay. And so next, with your candle lit, you want to straighten your back and sit up. My voice. Ooh, Vanessa. Yes, 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 yes. That's the goal. That's the goal right there. Yes, the voice. Okay. So I want y'all to sit up straight or sit in a regal posture. You know, I am the love. Make sure your candle is lit and you need to say out loud, on this path of golden flame, I rise as one who has remembered. Let the roar of my oversoul sound through every cell. Let my heart burn clean with love unfiltered. Let no shade hide from my light. Okay, you want to hold your arms open. So kind of arms to the side, arms open, palms up. Okay, we're going to do a visualization, but let me give you the invocation again. Say it out loud. On this path of golden flame, I rise as one who has remembered. Let the roar of my oversoul sound through every cell. Let my heart burn clean with love unfiltered. Let no shade hide from my light. Okay, you want to put your arms out to the side, but you want your palms up. You want to be open. Okay, chest back, shoulders down, palms open. When I say palms open, I mean face in front, palms open. Okay, you want to close your eyes and you're going to imagine a gold solar light pouring into your heart from above. Okay, you want the Sarai Viol tone weaving through your chest and anchoring your oversoul presence. Okay, that's what this is. You want a golden solar light pouring from your heart from above, and see it weaving through your chest and anchoring into your oversoul presence, because your oversoul lives at your heart. Okay, close your eyes. See it hit you in your heart and make sure you soften. Feel yourself open up to receive it. See it get more powerful. See it get brighter. Ooh, that's tingly. All right. Now, okay, we're going to close this out. Okay. And then I'm going to give y'all instructions on what to do with y'all letter. Okay. So close your eyes. Place your hand, one hand on your womb, one hand on your solar plexus. Okay. I'm sorry, one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb or your solar plexus. And just hum. Okay. It sounds like but with your lips closed. Let this sound emerge naturally, not from your throat, but from your flame body. This is going to move some energy. Okay. This reseals your field and grounds the activation. So when you're complete, just hum a little bit. When you're complete, whisper, I am the mirror, the flame, the love returned. I am the mirror, the flame, the love returned. Okay? Mm, 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 I am the mirror, the flame, the love returned. All right, I got a lot of buzzing in my head, y'all. Okay. So, this is the after work I want y'all to do. Okay? I'm going to give y'all some after work, and then I'm also going to give y'all an invocation. Okay? The after work that I want you to do is sit in silence. Okay? After this, sit in silence. Limit your external input after this ritual. I got hot. That's good. You did it right. Okay? Then you can either sleep with a mirror, a journal, or maybe a tone stone beside you to receive dream codes. What I also want you to do is burn the letter. Now, there's one or two things you can do when you burn in this letter. The first thing is you burn it and you say, hold on. This is my flame. I walk only where it can be true. Okay. Another alternative is saying, by the moon's light, I release all unlove. I remember the sacred nature of my being. I allow love to return to me because I never left it. That felt so good. Good, Callie. By the moon's light, I return all unlove. I remember the sacred nature of my being. I allow love to return to me because I never left it. Okay, then you want to burn that paper over that water. Okay, and then you want to pour it back into earth. Okay, other questions that you can ask yourself is, where have I mistaken fear for truth? Where have I mistaken fear for truth? What spell have I helped others uphold by playing small or being silent? What spell have I helped others uphold by playing small or being silent? What truth do I now embody that would break that spell? Okay? And journal and share if you want to, but journal and share. Those response, and even if you share it with yourself, even if you're talking out loud, okay? What you need to understand is that you were never meant to live inside somebody else's story. You were meant to walk unbound and burn gently through illusion, okay? Where you stand now, spells do not hold. Truth returns and the flame is free, okay? You don't belong to their timelines anymore. You now carry the light of the portal, where love, worth, and purpose emerge from your flame, not from fear. Okay? So what I want you to do, again, is sit in silence, limit external output, ask yourself, or journal, spend the rest of your night journaling. Journal about, where have I mistaken fear for truth? What spells have I helped others uphold by playing small or being silent? What truth do I now embody that would break that spell? Okay? And then throughout the week, what I want you to do, because we got downloads coming next Wednesday, track one place each day where you feel pressure to perform, where you suppress or where you prove, and reclaim your truth in that moment. meaning nurture yourself. Be your own mother. What would you say to yourself if you were this highest version of yourself? Go back in there, look yourself in the mirror, and have that version tell you you're tripping, right? Because with Aquarius, tomorrow, whatever you haven't released tonight is going to come up. So you need to be paying attention. You need awareness even after this. So track one place each day where you feel the pressure to perform, suppress, or prove, and then reclaim your truth. Speak aloud your oversoul truth before engaging in collective systems like money, work, or social media. This system does not own me. I do not belong to any spells that have been entranced with this energy. I am free. I am sovereign. Nobody has the right to use my energy without my flame's permission. Okay? You can also write your own personal spell-breaking creed, which is, I posted mine on TikTok yesterday. Okay? I posted it on TikTok. So if you need to go back and watch that one, you can watch that one. Okay? Make sure you rest. Make sure if you have any dreams, you journal about it. And then minimize external output until the full moon is over. So if you could spend tomorrow reading a book, maybe not posting, maybe just tending to yourself, that will be perfect. Here's an invocation for release, alignment, and creation. Okay? By the authority of my oversoul flame and the breath of the eternal source, I release now all contracts, vows, bindings, and agreements made in fear, survival, or distortion across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. I call back my energy from every place it has been given away, hidden, or stolen. I reclaim it cleansed, restored, and aligned with my original flame signature. I anchor now into truth of my higher purpose, standing as a living embodiment of my flame lineage and oversoul mission. As I breathe, I weave my essence into Earth's new earth lattices. I choose to create from love, from sovereignty, from infinite possibility. May every word I speak, every step I take, and every spark I ignite birth the world we have longed for, a world of harmony, beauty, and sacred neutrality. It is done. It is sealed. It is. Again, by the authority of my oversoul flame and the breath of the eternal source, I release now all contracts, vows, bindings, and agreements made in fear, survival, or distortion across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. I call back my energy from every place it has been given away, hidden, or stolen. I reclaim it cleansed, restored, and aligned with my original flame signature. I anchor now into the truth of my higher purpose, standing as a living embodiment of my flame lineage and oversoul mission. As I breathe, I weave my essence into the new earth lattice. I choose to create from love, from sovereignty, from infinite possibility. May every word I speak, every step I take, and every spark I ignite birth the world we have longed for. A world of harmony, beauty, and sacred neutrality. It is done. It is sealed. It is. Did y'all get that, or do y'all need me to do that again? Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to donate if y'all want to donate. My Cash App is BIGTAJJJJ. I don't get paid from TikTok or anything like that, but don't feel pressured. Do it again. Okay, we got it one more time. By the authority of my oversoul flame and the breath of the eternal source, I release now all contracts, vows, bindings, and agreements made in fear, survival, or distortion across all timelines, dimensions, and realities. I call back my energy from every place it has been given away, hidden, or stolen. I reclaim it cleansed, restored, and aligned with my original flame signature. I anchor now into the truth of my higher purpose, standing as a living embodiment of my flame lineage and oversoul mission. As I breathe, I weave my essence into the new earth lattice. I choose to create from love, from sovereignty, from infinite possibilities. May every word I speak, every step I take, and every spark I ignite birth the world we have longed for, a world of harmony, beauty, and sacred neutrality. It is done. It is sealed. It is. Okay? This is going to be on YouTube as soon as we get off. Okay? Thank y'all to everybody who came. This was a 2-hour session. Again, it is going to be on YouTube. If you want to use the power of the Lion's Gate and the power of the full moon tomorrow to liberate yourself from any contracts, relationships, or outdated versions of yourself, communities, or whatever, do this again tomorrow. Okay? You can even do it for 3 days in a row if you want to. Okay? This is very, very potent energy. And you deserve to live a life that's free of distortion. Okay? I love y'all deep. I genuinely do. Don't forget to burn your letters and pour that energy back into earth. You are so very, very, very welcome. Can I repeat the words over the bowl again? Yes. Give me 1 second. I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. Oh, I'm sorry. The words over the bowl, which is what part of me is ready to love without condition. So first you say, I open the mirror of my oversoul heart. Let all distortions dissolve in the light of who I truly am. Then gaze into the bowl of water and ask, what part of me is ready to love without condition? You can burn in the morning if you want to. It's just better if you do it under the moonlight, just because the full moon, is technically August 29th. It'll be August 29th, but the energy is for the next couple of days. So do as you may, my love. This is your world. We're just living in it. All right. So I love y'all deep. I want y'all to have an amazing rest of y'all weekend. I will probably be on here next Tuesday to talk to you guys. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for everybody who showed up. I'll keep doing these on energetic days so that we can continue to do collective work together and anchor into that new earth frequency, because that is what it's all about. It's one thing to teach it, is one thing to talk about it, but to actually do the work is just as important as anything else. Okay, it's what actually moves things in the direction that we want to move it, and we do have the power to do that. We just have to choose it. We just have to help each other. We just have to work through it together. Okay. Have an amazing weekend. I love y'all. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Have a great night.